Hello, Branton here. The short version of where our troubles are coming from is this. We are not yet fully conscious. There are 9 feeling beliefs in the collective unconscious that compulsively express themselves as the avalanche of troubles we see today. The human body is breaking down under this avalanche. It is expressing itself in the current pandemics of cancer, diabetes, heart failure, autoimmune disorders and many more. These 9 feeling beliefs are terror, grief, loss, despair, judgment, guilt, shame, undeserving and the need for punishment. We place these feeling beliefs in the collective unconscious as a response to devastating events that took place around 1500 BC. At that time we experienced the unbearable pain of feeling separate from the source of all there is as the gods departed. Concurrently, the earth was twice devastated by near-miss encounters with Venus. Most men and women perished during these events. When confronted with devastation on this scale, men and women do 2 things to survive. The first is they forget. They shut down emotionally and as far as possible erase any memory of the event. This collective amnesia is likely to make it difficult for you to accept what I'm saying. If you watch the longer version of this video, I provide some hard evidence that can help show the extents we go to in order to remain in amnesia. This ongoing need for amnesia is one of the reasons why most of what is generally accepted as fact is nothing of the kind. Black holes, the theory of evolution, the dominance of gravity in space, geology, ice ages are all fantasy to support our amnesia by assuring us that devastating events could never have taken place in our past. The second thing we do when faced with overwhelming events is that we blame ourselves. By blaming ourselves for what is happening, we regain a sense of control over an otherwise helpless situation. It makes us feel that, however bad we accept ourselves to be, we are part of what's happening. We're not inconsequential. What we do affects our experience. Like the terror of the events we are experiencing, the unbearable harshness with which we judge ourselves means this is also confined to the collective unconscious. The problem is, the 9 feeling beliefs do not remain dormant in the collective unconscious. There is no time in the unconscious, so they are assumed to be as applicable to our lives today as they were when they acted as survival mechanisms around 1500 BC. But now, the conscious mind has no awareness of them and therefore can do nothing to halt their expression. Minute by minute, day by day, century by century, these unconscious feeling beliefs recreate the original trauma as troubles in our lives. It's a kind of time loop that happens over and over and over again. We experience the operation of this time loop as compulsion. We all do things that we know do us harm, but we can't help ourselves and do them anyway. It can be the extra drink, or surfing porn, or overwork. This is the operation of the collective unconscious recreating the trauma of the original separation experience. It is how troubles turn up in our lives. Because it is unconscious, we can do nothing to stop it. As well as act compulsively and do harm to others, we also project the 9 feeling beliefs we hold about ourselves onto others. This is called transference, and is the major way we are currently in the process of destroying everything that is good, joyous and life-sustaining on earth. For example, we come home and blow up at our partner. This is transference. Instead of experiencing feelings of judgment, blame or inadequacy ourselves, we project it onto others. Transference is universal because, like amnesia, it keeps the 9 feeling beliefs securely locked in the cupboard of the collective unconscious. The problem is that, again, like amnesia, this does nothing to remove the 9 feeling beliefs from the unconscious. It is why our troubles never cease. The feeling beliefs in the cupboard of the collective unconscious are still there. Men and women in power have more opportunity to use transference than others. So they do. They remain slaves to the collective unconscious by projecting the punishment they unconsciously feel they deserve onto others. For example, Elon Musk puts thousands of satellites into space, wrapping the world in toxic 5G frequencies. The New Zealand government mandates toxic fluoride in drinking water. All this takes place unconsciously. We all do it because we too have no control over the compulsive operation of the 9 feeling beliefs. By watching this video, you now know where your troubles are coming from. This is a huge step. You have finally discovered the source of our troubles. Knowing where your troubles are coming from means you can now be much more effective in seeing them fade. Enjoy.